Do you have a throwing knife?
No.
Do you have a knife you can throw?
I really don't want to lose any of my weapons.
If she throws a knife and cuts the rope, will you throw it back?
She's going to throw a knife at me?
To you.
I could also throw.
No, I'm not
a flame.
comfortable with that.
He wouldn't need to return the flame.
How are you with fire?
You're gonna set me on fire?
Just a little
The
bit.
rope.
Just a.
No! I'm not okay with that.
But you seem okay.
I guess. Legs it is.
He's fine.
Hello, and welcome to Khyber Shards, a 5th edition actual play show set in the Eberron campaign world. This week's episode is brought to you by Vadalus Mage Breeding. Is your dog a good boy? Yes. Could he be better? Yes. House Vadalus Mage Breeding, making man's bester friend. Casey, what happened last time?
Speaking of best friends, we met Puzzle Dust, a Fey dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Fairy dragon, thank you. And he was spectacularly unhelpful, but entertaining nonetheless. And he taught us that Shade and Ari were forgettable. And then we staked our claim, put the flag on top of the roof, yay us. And somebody else came to stake their claim. Ezri did a very cool take them down, dispel magic thingamabobber. And then we fought them and won. Yay!
Yeah, we did.
Accurate. Yeah. So, Berrigan Lassite and his Warforged bodyguard Helm are retreating. And you have a few moments to catch your breath and rest before Thora returns.
Ari would have let Thora know that. Ari would have said to Thora, like, situation's been dealt with. We're good. And then Ari's
good
going
timing. We're just a few minutes away.
Great. Ari, just in case, is going to go ahead and burn a hit die to gain some hit points back. So, 7.
Same.
It's 7 plus. What do we add
taking
for
a
that?
short rest? Or
No, this is the aberrant mark thing that we have. Do we add anything to that roll, Philip? For the aberrant mark? Constitution? Okay. Mm-hmm. So get 8 back. Hooray. Double digits. Here we go.
back in action. I'll do the same. What do we do? What do we roll? Or just a regular hit die?
You roll it. You can spend a hit die by giving up one of the spells for your mark.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. How many do we have?
Yeah,
I only have the one checkbox, but I thought it was 2.
You would have 2.
Maybe I won't. I will walk over to Shade. Well, who looks worse?
Ari, probably.
Shade got pierced pretty bad. But.
I'm at 10 hit points, but yeah, I mean, I think we're fine at this point. Like, Ari's good. So, is Puzzle Dust still juggling lights up there?
No, they've gone back to. He's gone back to lounging on the edge of the roof.
Okay.
Shade, you can have 18 hit points.
Whoa.
Wow.
And then Ari.
Puzzle Dust actually climbs up the pole that your flag is on and begins
Already gets
fluttering
7.
his wings. And it seems to cause a remarkably significant breeze to make your flag stand out.
Nice.
And gradually, magical light starts to run across the middle of the flag so that there is puzzle dust on the flag.
Like it says
Nice.
puzzle dust?
No, it's got a picture of puzzle dust on the flag.
Oh, picture.
Is he taking our claim?
You're quite the showman, aren't you, Puzzle Dust?
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah.
You forgot what showman means, I think.
And then he flutters down to the porch.
So
and
No, but
lands
really,
on
it's
one of the
our
tiles.
house.
Golden
Is it?
Dragons. Oh. That's our intention.
No, how very interesting. I'll try to remember.
The Golden Dragons might be a problem
Golden Lions.
in the future. Golden Lions, thank you. I don't know if you all have had run-ins with them before, but
Nope.
they're rich kids that want to think they're tough, and so they formed a gang and go try to beat people up. So that's Berrigan's deal.
That sounds stupid.
It is.
Feels
they're
obvious
generally
why
stupid.
I haven't had run-ins with them now.
Yeah.
And you have one in the bushes, by the way.
Oh yeah.
They didn't take
yeah.
him?
We should deal with
No,
that.
they ran away.
Yeah, they're cowards. That's very much their MO.
I didn't realize
They
that.
will
I'm
leave
gonna go.
people
I'm gonna
behind.
go see to him. Is he
careful.
dying?
Nope, he's unconscious, but not dying.
Do you want me to pick him up for you, Ezri?
I don't. We need to get him. Not here, don't we?
Ari
Pog
staying on
reaches
the
down and grabs him by the shirt front and just lifts. So where do we take him?
Be gentle.
It becomes apparent as you lift him. His garments shift, and you can see a dragon mark wrapping around his forearm.
What manner of dragon mark?
It would
Do
be
you
the
see
mark of
this?
finding because it's a half orc.
Oh, so yeah.
I mean, should I wake him up?
That's worse.
This is
worse
not
for
good.
us.
We could just toss him over the edge.
Yeah. How far down is it?
No, that would be no. Don't toss him up. Wake him up and just let him go.
Okay. Okay.
Pog's gonna start walking over.
Can anyone
towards-
cast Featherfall? You could toss him over the edge and cast Featherfall.
And cast jump, which is like the opposite.
That's the opposite of Featherfall.
double the length he falls? I'm gonna
Let's
walk
take
over
him over
towards
to the roots, and I'll wake him up, and then you can tell him to leave.
Okay, but I walk him over first and yank the rope down and tie him up with the rope.
I
No, he's
could
gonna
also
need-
tell him to
No.
leave.
Wait. We need him to be able to climb down.
Well, you need to be able to talk to him first.
Yeah. Okay. We'll just tie it around his waist, and then we can sort of just like hang him and lower him down.
Okay.
Shade, did you stay up on the roof or did you go down with them?
She was
Oh, no,
already
she's
down.
down.
Yeah.
Oh, we were
She's
talking
on
to
the
Puzzle
porch,
Dust, so I figured we had all gone back up to the roof.
Puzzle
Puzzle
was
Dust came down.
Oh, okay.
All right. Once we get him to the edge, is that what we're doing?
Sure.
Just hang him out a little bit so I can touch him. But oh wait, no, I don't need to touch him. Let him down. Let him down. And then when he is about, I don't know, nearly at the end of the rope, I will cast Healing Word on him for 7 hit points.
There's a rooftop about 10 feet down that you guys used to get up here.
Oh, we're still there. Okay. So I'll wake him up.
He shakes and is he like bound? Like, do you lower him down to the rooftop bound?
He's tied,
Okay.
hands around his waist,
Then
tied
he
up,
kind of
lowered down.
shifts and opens his eyes and looks around and looks up at the two of you peering over the edge at him.
We didn't kill you.
That's evident.
Hey. Bye.
And how am I supposed to leave?
Well, your legs just aren't bound.
I'm gonna climb down with only my legs?
I don't know.
Can you?
No.
Huh.
What you got? Oh, maybe Shay could like throw a knife and cut the rope.
He's just a couple feet off the roof, right?
Yeah.
So Pog holding the rope is going to turn and go, Shade, we need... Oh. And drop him thumping onto the roof.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh.
Listen, I'm sure your friends will come back for you soon. Well, you'll be fine.
The friends that left him on the island?
You have really bad friends. They ran away. Just so you know, they ran away and left you.
Very intently up at each of you.
Shake comes over. Pog yelled for her.
Do you have a throwing knife?
No.
Do you have a knife you can throw?
I really don't want to lose any of my weapons.
If she throws a knife and cuts the rope, will you throw it back?
She's going to throw a knife at me?
To you.
I could also throw
No, I'm not
a flame.
comfortable with that.
He wouldn't need to return the flame.
How are you with fire?
You're gonna set me on fire?
Just a little
The
bit.
rope.
Just a...
No! I'm not okay with that.
But you seem okay.
I guess legs it is.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. We'll get Thor. We'll deal with him when we're done here.
Ari, will you tell Thora that there's a guy on the roof for some reason? Maybe
Not our roof, but the roof below.
There's a guy on the roof, and I'm going to turn and start walking back towards Ari.
Bye.
You're muted.
What do you want me to
welcome.
tell her?
Well, she should not go by the guy I just put on the roof.
Why would he
So-
still be on the roof?
He doesn't think he can get down.
Weird. Hopefully he'll figure that out.
You should always know how to escape ropes.
Why did you tie him up?
Because
To lower
he
him
was a
down.
bad person.
He almost
Was he-
killed Shade. Through the knives at Shade.
I'm just gonna go. Is there? There's got to be something, a knife in the kitchen or something, right?
So there's just
Yeah, of course.
somebody
All right,
you
I'm just
left
gonna go
tied on the roof?
grab a knife.
Yes.
Run back over and just kind of.
Ezra,
Hey.
why are you running with that knife?
Okay, here, and just kind of toss it, not at him, just kind of toss it down so it lands on the roof.
Perfect.
Can we... I was about to ask you all to walk me through that plan, but I just realized that there's literally no point. Okay, so
as this is playing out, you can see another source sled is approaching.
Oh, thank God.
This one has clearly got Thora standing on it, as well as another human. And Thora, the source sled lands, and Thora gets off and gestures at the human who steps off of the source sled. Right, so as you can see, my team is put our flag up.
We met a fairy
Our flag?
dragon.
We've adopted a symbol.
Yes, it's our flag. Yes.
Yep.
Our flag up there,
Yep.
and I would like to register this as my claimed salvage. And
Our?
the
Nope,
functionary looks around
not our.
and says, yes, I'll need to walk through the building, but that should be simple enough. And
Do we
he
recognize
begins to
this human?
Ascend the flares. Ascend the steps. No.
Okay.
And Thora comes up the steps part of the way and then sort of leans over to Esri, who will say she encounters Esri first. It is safe for him to walk through the building, yes?
I think so. We got rid of everything. Well, we took care of everything dangerous.
Right. What's that on the fountain?
What's on the fountain?
Puzzle dust.
Oh, that's puzzle dust.
Why is there a fairy dragon here?
Could not possibly tell you.
All right. But it's not an enemy at the moment.
No. It also is unfortunately not dangerous in any way.
Interesting. Well, if that's the worst thing you found in there, then it should be.
Oh no, it's not the worst. But we dealt with the worst.
All right. So there's, 15 minutes before the functionary comes back out. He signs a piece of parchment, rolls it up, and hands it to Thora. This will serve as deed to the salvage for any legal purposes. Congratulations on a successful salvage, and avast.
Arg.
It
Avast.
turns and climbs back onto the source sled and pilots it away.
Bye.
Are you saying soar SOAR sleds?
Yep. Source sled, yeah.
Soar through the sky. So
Well done.
could have gone much worse, but we're all here. So, did you get a chance to look through the house with the official?
Boy, it looks it's in remarkably better shape than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Good space. Good bones.
Should be a good I should be good. Should be good. Obviously we're quite a lot of steps away from opening, I suppose, whatever this is going to be. But I hope goes without saying that if any of you prefer accommodations here, you're welcome to make use of them.
You ever notice that no one says it goes without saying, without immediately following it up with what was supposed to have gone without saying?
I dibs the room.
Right?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, we've got some things to discuss, I imagine, about this.
Yep.
And I imagine you look as though you're a little bit worse for wear. As though you might like to take a rest. And you've done a day's work, and it's not even noon.
Best
so-
days.
I'm going to take
justify
another. I'm going to take a look through and see if I can anchor her so she doesn't drift away on us.
Good.
Should be a way down to the basement. I didn't see it, obviously.
Of the
Yeah.
base.
No telling if that's safe or not. Oh, we forgot to check
There's
the
a
basement.
base.
I didn't know there was a basement.
Should be a
We didn't
basement.
find any way down to a basement.
No, we
All
did
right, so it's
not.
disguised. Good to know. Well, I have a good deal of experience in that sort of thing, so I'll
You've had a lot of
should
lost
be able to find
basements.
it.
Oh,
I'd like,
Do you,
I'd like to claim the room on the southwest corner of the bottom floor. It's got I like it.
On the southwest corner of the bottom floor.
East. I'm sorry, east. It's got like green carpet. Well, it used to be green. Clearly, well, not clearly. Like it's pretty gross now, but it looks like it used to be green, and green's sort of my color.
I see.
It's got a desk, and I can do stuff on that desk.
Right. Well, a couple of points. One, probably that's fine. I need to look around before I start making arrangements and dispositions of rooms. But I should also like to say we can move the furniture if you just need a desk, and also we can obtain more furniture if there's not suitable furniture in any of the rooms. As I say, I have actually got a tidy sum laid away.
good.
With which to begin this project. So I will note that preference and do the best that I can.
In terms of renovations and stuff, you said collect valuables. This sword that I think is special kind of metal, check if you want to add that to the renovation fund. That is something that we found in the house.
Aye.
want the staff?
Where'd you find that?
In the house.
There's 2 sets of armors downstairs that we found. One Dakani and one Riedrin, and these weapons were with the armor sets. So
Right.
And
Yeah,
there's 2 more in the main hall.
yeah, there's some Tyrannidal and Irani armor sets downstairs as well in the main dining hall.
Well, those ought to be worth a little bit as well.
Yeah. I also found these 2 bottles of wine. If you want them, if not, I'll use them. They don't seem valuable. Like, I'm not a sommelier or anything, but they seem like regular wine.
You go ahead. It's a bit early for me.
Cool. Puts them back in his bag.
Well, I'm going to go see about that basement.
Yeah.
Do you need
You
help?
all have. I imagine I can find it on my own.
Okay. Do I need to give this back to you, or do you want us to hold on to it to be in contact?
Oh no, hang on to it. It'll be fine.
Okay. Well then,
If you've got business elsewhere today, then you feel free to get in touch if you need it. Otherwise, I'll be in touch soon.
okay.
Did you want the staff or no?
Shit, have a mind that you fancy it.
I kind of killed a ghost monster thing with it, and that's pretty cool.
She's been jealous of my stick for a long time.
That is not.
That is not true.
That one's, if I don't miss my guess, that one's Centira.
It has a name.
The material that it's made of.
Oh,
The metal is Centira. It's the Riedrins have a number of processes by which they'll make something psionically active. So it's,
it did like
I imagine,
form things.
I'm gonna try to talk to the spear.
right, I
telepathically.
imagine you can make it turn on. Nothing happens. It's an object.
Oh.
It's just an object. It should be able to. Well, the ones I've seen on embassy guards usually project a blade.
That's what it did. I didn't know how to do that, but I did it.
She stabbed me with it.
Try not to do that.
I did try not to, but then I did anyways. But I tried not to.
Honestly, it wasn't that bad. Just surprised me.
Fair enough.
What a weird day.
Yes.
Yep. Speaking of weird days, go ahead.
If this place has a basement, don't you think like maybe the more dangerous things might be in the basement? Like we didn't find it.
It's not inconceivable, but it may also simply be that the things that Master Grimalkin didn't want people to get too easily might just be down there.
Well, if you need anything, call us. I mean, we have communication.
I'm not saying you can't come, but I'm a fair hand at finding hidden things.
I mean, I see the basement.
I feel okay, and I don't have anything else to do today.
I mean, this is potentially what we're doing for a very long time. So,
All right.
Ari reaches back into his bag and pulls out a bottle of wine and uncorks it and takes a swig. Okay.
That'll help. And Thora turns and walks through the doors.
Would not believe.
She sort of stops in front of the dragon statue and lays a hand on it. I like that. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
And she begins to move around the house, pausing in each room and just staring very methodically around the room, occasionally walking over and tapping something or shifting a window. It's really boring to watch.
While this is, Ari would have tried to have pinged Puzzle Dust telepathically to see if Puzzle Dust could communicate telepathically with Ari.
Does your telepathy allow things to answer you?
I think I have two different forms of telepathy now, so let me check both of them.
Excessive.
Yeah.
As someone who can only talk with their mouth, that's excessive numbers of telepathy.
As a bonus action, choose one creature you can see within 30 feet. You and the chosen creature can speak telepathically with each other while you're within 4 miles of each other.
Wow.
So
Then yes, you can talk to Puzzle Dust.
As we're walking around the house, Ari, once establishing the connection with Puzzle Dust, so you say that you can smell the forgettability on me?
Oh no, I just see that in you. I see his
See
mark
it.
all over you.
His mark.
Of course. No, your friend does not smell forgettable. She smells memorable. She smells familiar.
Ah, I see. So, would you know anything about getting his mark off of me?
Oh, well, you'll just have to make it right, I suppose.
That is there, I guess the how is the question that eludes me, how to make it.
It depends very much on whether he remembers that he cursed you.
Yeah. So, basically, next steps, do you know how I could find out if he remembers?
A conversation with him would serve. But you'd have to go to the Feywild for that.
That seems like a long journey. Okay. Well, do you know the way if I decide to make that journey?
Oh, yes, I know many ways. And sometimes it comes to you.
Oh, that part I know. Yeah. So, okay, cool. Well, good chat. I'll keep you updated. Also, if we could keep the curse thing just, not, you know how these things go. How do you tell the people closest to you that you've been cursed for most of your life? It's a weird conversation, and I don't want to broach it right now. So if you could just be cool about that, that'd be great. Entity that I've literally just met and has a real chaotic nature to it.
I'll try my best to remember to forget.
Yes. Okay, cool. And then Ari breaks the connection.
Okay. So it's about 2 hours later, and Thora is in the room that Esri has his eye on.
Of course.
And tapping about.
See, I'm thinking I could put a lab just like all along this wall. And the bookshelves are a lab. I do.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
love the
She is
bookshelves.
just walking along the bookcase
They're great
with her
for buying.
fingers
So they clear the
brushing the
books off and
spines. And then she stops and brushes her hands along the top of the book, feeling the page, and then pulls the book out. And there is a click, and the shelf slides away from the wall and then sideways in front of the other shelves, revealing a passageway behind.
If we were better at our jobs, we might have found that.
I don't pick up books very often, so this one's not on me.
Also, we were just here to clear monsters. I thought we would go through the rooms more in depth afterwards.
This is definitely my room.
We'll have a conversation about that, I think. And
That's how she says
steps into
no.
the passage and walks down the passage towards a set of wooden stairs leading down.
Follow.
How did none of us ever pick up on the fact that there is a staircase on the map?
It's,
right
what?
there?
it's literally on the
it.
map.
I'm so angry right now. What is wrong with us?
The staircase leads down into a stone passage with a door at the end. Thora leans against the door, runs her hands along it, and then turns the handle and opens it. And she looks up and down the narrow hall. Right. All right, so this is what we'd call a labyrinth. And
Minotaurs live in
It'll-
those. Hey, Kolos.
this is not big enough for a minotaur. It's probably more
What
just
about
to
a minotaur?
discourage.
No.
Well, I suppose.
Puzzle Dust, can you breathe fire? Because now would be a wonderful time.
Where did you want fire?
Oh no, I can breathe, but it's
Well, I assume so. That'd be same.
yes.
Everyone can breathe fire once.
Yes.
Philip, I hope you know that from now on, every time we play Call of Duty, I'm responding to every one of your callouts in a Puzzle Dust response.
Yes.
2-1-B. 2-1-B. I got him.
Thora begins trying various turns of the labyrinth, and you follow Thora through the labyrinth for a while. And eventually she comes upon another door, and on each door she comes upon, she pulls out a piece of chalk and makes a mark on the door.
Smart.
If Puzzle Dust
and-
turns into David Bowie, I'm running.
You remind me of the babe.
Kill it. Pog, fire. Kill it with fire.
If a fuzzy caterpillar gives us directions, go the opposite way.
What babe? I don't remember.
Yes.
And finally, she manages to open a single door, in which there is a stone desk against a wall with a number of glowing sigils all along the desk. She walks over to it.
Dangerous.
How big is the room?
The room is about 40 feet square.
I changed my mind. I want this one.
I'll consider that if you promise never to touch this wall.
Wait,
What does it do?
He's gonna touch that wall.
She
I promise.
sits
you.
down on a stone bench in front of the desk, and you see her mark glow as she holds her hand over the desk. Right, so I can use this to lock the place
Okay.
so that it anchors here and won't drift off.
Okay.
But I don't know what all the controls do.
Fun.
Which is why it would be very important that no one ever touches this wall. Until at least we know what all the controls do.
It's fair.
Wouldn't it
I
touching
don't know
the
if this
wall
place-
let us figure out what it does?
Yeah, what he said.
This one here, and she points at a glowing sigil. This one here is in a very old alphabet, and the rune here stands for Zorat, which is the
Okay.
plane of chaos and madness.
That was Eric's reaction, not Ari's. Of
Yeah.
Can we
Now,
take that
It
button away?
might just be. It might just be spelling something in the runic alphabet, but
yeah.
there's a non-zero chance that if you push in the right combination and including that button, that for all I know, the whole mansion transports itself to Zorat.
And that would be
Bad. That would be
Okay.
very,
Yeah.
very bad. Do you know what happens when your mind turns inside out? Not your brain, your mind.
I've had some nights, but probably not.
Right. Neither do I.
Opens the wine
But if you
bottle.
ever want to find out, that's the place to go. And since I never want to find out, I'd like to never go there. And since there's a non-zero chance that that sigil takes me there, I'd really like it if no one ever touches this wall until we're quite sure what it does.
That's yeah.
I
That is a
feel like
fair
we should
ask.
get Puzzle Dust out of this room. Just say he should not be here.
Is there any check
She-
to make on the rest of the sigils or anything to learn or no?
I mean, you
Is it
can make an
beyond scope?
Arcana check. This is a very, very high Arcana check.
Well, I have a very high modifier.
A
I said you
62
could try.
Arcana check.
She makes a couple of adjustments, and you feel a tremor run through the house.
Thora,
believe-
what if
Yeah.
I take the talking rock and go upstairs and tell you what happens when you push things?
Again, I don't really think... I think that this is a bad thing to discover by trial and error.
Yeah. I got a 25 on my check, Philip.
Well, that's very high. You can tell... I mean, looking at this, you can tell that this really is meant to... You don't actually think it's for steering.
Okay.
You don't think this is a piloting station for the house. It seems to have something to do with a different chamber down here in the basement.
Okay.
And you can see references to a safe zone and a containment field, which is currently inert. And you can actually interpret some of the sigils to be a way of bringing up a view of a different chamber in the basement.
Okay. In whatever way Ari gleans that information, he would share with Thora of, I think, yeah, there's some level of surveillance, like being able to view other chambers down here, and also something about a safe zone and a containment field. But it doesn't seem to be pilot like.
What would you
These
describe
controls
your
don't
level of confidence for with that interpretation?
I mean, I know that it's not a steering this is not to move the house. So like we're not going to be sent anywhere by hitting things. I'm fairly confident in the very small scope of what I just said in regards to this.
Fair enough. Well, let's go see what the other rooms look like. So, over the course of probably another hour, you follow Thora through the labyrinth. And at the opposite end of the labyrinth, you find she opens another door. And you find yourself standing in a room that's probably about 100 feet by 50 feet. And you're standing on about 20 feet of stone floor. Then there's about 60 feet of emptiness. And then on the opposite side, there's another 20-foot stone ledge. And she looks down and takes something off of her bandolier and shakes it, and it begins to glow. And she just tosses it, and you watch as the light goes down, 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 and then you can't see the light anymore.
Pog, fire.
All right, so here's the thing. That hole's deeper than the thickness of this piece of rock we're standing on.
Ah, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know what this place is. I don't know what this chamber's for, but I'm going to recommend we put a really strong lock on this door.
Yeah, that seems wise.
Right.
Ezra, you want this room?
I mean, if we could fill in the floor to some extent.
Doesn't seem that's possible.
It doesn't seem like we can. We could probably put something across it, I suppose, but it doesn't seem
Well, that's
like
what I meant.
filling it
Like,
in is
obviously,
likely.
there's got to be a way to like extend out to that other platform, right?
Is there a door on the other side of the
Lay
platform?
planks. There is.
Ah,
Like to look around
based
for some
on-
sort of controls.
Well, based on the position of the door, you would think it would lead back into the labyrinth.
okay. All right. Well. Yeah, I agree. Lock it until we can figure out what to do with it.
My
I
light.
don't
And then
have
we-
any strong locks.
We'll work on that.
Yep. Oh, I found all these keys also, by the way. Forgot to mention that. Here are the keys to the place. And he hands the key.
That is very useful. Thank you. She tucks them into her satchel. The last door that she manages to open leads into just a very large room that is pretty obviously meant as a vault. There are shelves all along.
Of gold?
There are shelves
And when
all
you say
along
mint,
with
you
lots
mean
of
it's used.
right, with numerous boxes on the various shelves. But searching around the place, it doesn't appear to be full of anything particularly useful. But the room is truly gigantic. The room is probably a couple of 100 feet across and about 100 feet deep. So it's a really big room.
Someday we'll fill this thing up with junk. Just
Right.
useless junk.
Starting with the bust.
Oh my god.
So that is the basement.
All right. Well,
I was wrong. No, well, I mean, there was a dangerous thing, but nothing we could help with.
Right. Yeah.
Really thought there was going to be
well,
a monster down here.
I disabled several rather deadly traps while we were walking through. So
Oh,
good job. Thank you for that. We also did not do any checking for traps while we were searching the place. I'm just now realizing.
We also didn't set off any.
That's true. We were lucky. Good thing we didn't find the basement before Thor was with us.
I might have jumped in.
Well,
So- good.
next steps.
well, we probably have some talking to do about the nature of this operation that we're going to try and carry out here.
Yep.
But we'll need to finish any manner of furnishing that the place needs. We'll probably need to hire some staff before we can begin doing anything, and for that, we're going to need to decide goals, as it were. So, I would say, let's call this a job well done for the day, and see where we are in the next few days.
Sounds like a plan.
How do we get back up here?
I think we're anchored, so the roof that we used, right?
I mean, we're just going to keep
Yeah, you should
climbing
be able
up
to
someone
come back
else's
up the way.
building to get up here?
You grew up in Sharn. That's that whole city.
That's a problem to
There's
work
many
on.
things I did in Sean that we probably shouldn't replicate.
The roof.
That's a problem to work on.
Okay.
Maybe we might be able to rig up some sort of lift, or I guess we can see what the cost of that building there is.
Yeah.
Maybe we buy it and turn it into stairs.
Is that piece of paper that you got signed, is that also locale approved? Like, we're not going to have issues with the people directly below us being like, hey, I liked the sun.
Nah.
Okay.
No one likes the
shouldn't people-
sun.
I like the sun.
Can I just say
the sun
that
is-
buying a
the sun is
building
nice.
to turn it into stairs is the biggest flex I've ever heard in my life. That is some legitimately Bruce Wayne level stuff right there. I like that building. It'll be good stairs to my island. Oh my
In
lord.
the sky.
That's the biggest flex.
All right. Well, it is midday, so
Lunchtime?
So I would
thought
I
the
would
same
suggest
thing,
moving
Ari.
us into narrative time at this point, and letting you all do things as you feel the need to. If there's any seeing to that you would like to do in the aftermath of this day for a few minutes here, and we can also use that to kind of declare some things about the way that the plan takes shape over the next few days, or if you all need to have a conversation as a group separate from your new partner, patron.
Spy Master. Since it's been a couple weeks, well, are we collectively going to do something, or are we doing our own thing, gang? I guess we should establish.
Ezri's intention is to go pack and come back tonight.
Okay.
I was about to say that we should probably talk, but we do a lot of that.
Because this thing has stone walls.
Well, Ari's going to go run an errand. So Ari says, "I got some stuff to deal with in the city, so I'll meet you all back at the treehouse if we're good here." So
Pog's headed towards the city as well, so
Be
we
safe.
can walk together or not, your call.
Ari is headed towards the Wayfinders Guild.
We'll
That's
only
where
be
Ari's
together
headed.
for so long until we part paths.
Yeah.
Shade?
Well, while we're
food?
walking, yeah.
Sounds good.
While walking together, Ari would just kind of, how things been, Pog? Feel like we haven't had a chat in a bit.
Pretty weird. This is
Really?
I mean, you didn't think so? I
mean, the games-
yesterday we fought zombies
Yeah.
in an arena.
The games did go weird. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, but it wasn't that. So
Well, me neither. That's not what I thought being a gladiator would be.
I don't think that's the norm, but I don't know. I know nothing about being a gladiator, so maybe it is.
Apparently, neither do I.
I could ask Kolos if you would maybe set something up. I could talk to him about it for you.
So you want me to talk to Kolos so that you can talk to Kolos for me?
Yes.
Ari, do you just want to talk to Kolos?
I feel like I've made that intent very clear.
I have to be serious. Not as serious as you and Kolos, but serious. Because something it happened in my brain when we were fighting the not dead zombies, and
Wait. Okay.
and I saw something that I didn't want to see again. Can you like learn to make your brain have armor? Because I don't want to see that again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's. I haven't figured out a way to like wall off memories completely, but I think it's more about learning to deal with what those memories make you feel, as opposed to forgetting them entirely. If that makes sense.
Yes, but more no.
So-
I know what you're saying, but I thought I was doing that you're
Yeah.
saying, but it still happened, and I wasn't ready.
Yeah. Pog, I'm especially in my current state. This is a real blind leading the blind kind of situation. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, and I understand that thoughts that I have cause me to have very visceral reactions to them.
Good words.
And feel a lot of things very intensely. So I'm trying to figure out that too, to a certain regard. But I think I think just how it felt that time, and did the memory itself scare you, or was it just the shock of it, like that you weren't thinking about it and then all of a sudden it was there?
Since you said something that doesn't make sense, I'm going to say something that doesn't make sense, but might make sense. 100% of both.
Yeah.
It wasn't there, and then it was, and I also was not happiness that it was there.
Well, I can, like, the easy thing to do is to just do your best to forget it and not think about it and wall it off and distract yourself when the thoughts of it come up, and do everything you can to just not think about it. That's the easy thing, but I don't think it's the right way to deal with it. But that's my deal. Yeah, I think it's better to actually think about it and figure out why you feel the way you feel when those thoughts come up, and unpack that so that when you think of it, you aren't as scared. But I don't know how to do that. You know how like Esri can heal our bodies when we get hurt really bad? It'd be cool if there was like somebody whose job was to like, through conversation, heal our minds and the trauma that we've had in our lives. That would be cool if somebody could do that. But I'm sorry that you went through that, buddy. That sounds bad.
It's okay. I'll be okay again.
If you ever do, like, I know we're talking in kind of I had this thought about something that made me feel a certain. If you ever want to talk about it, I'm more than happy to be there for you and talk about it with you.
I believe you.
Yeah, I know that you might not want that right now, and that's totally fine too.
The scary part is that talking about it means I have to think about it, and if I think about it, I have to remember it, and so I have to figure out how to remember it and not be. Anyway,
let me ask you something that, like, right now we're talking about it, so obviously you're thinking about it, but yet
I haven't
you're not,
stopped thinking about it,
and you're not obviously overtly freaking out, which is good, because you make it seem like when we were fighting the zombies that there was a moment where you, and I think I know the moment where it happened because, well, we won't get into that, but I think I remember the moment that it happened for you when so you're not doing that right now, which is good.
Well,
so-
I'm more sad about it and not surprised by it because it hasn't gone away yet.
Yeah.
But can you please just don't tell the others that I have a bad brain right now?
I will not mention what you mentioned to me. I don't think
Okay.
you have a bad brain. I think we all
Just
got
right now.
stuff. Yeah.
Just right now.
Yeah.
And you should also tell me if you want to when you have a bad brain.
I
If you
will do
want.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Totally. I'm this
you
way
at the-
now.
yeah,
So
okay.
yeah.
Okay. I'll see you,
Cool.
Ari.
Bye, buddy. Yeah. And then Ari would go. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Where are Shade and Ezra headed?
What part of town is the house anchored in?
It's right over Saltier, which is the central part of Cross.
I have a craving for something still wriggling out of the ocean. You want to go down to the harbor and find something?
Okay.
So, I don't know. I never go down to the harbor, so it's just going to be whatever we run across.
Yeah, there's. I mean, you can certainly get lots of fresh seafood in the harbor. There's a well-known eatery called the Wave Crest Tavern. That's also famous for its monthly arm wrestling contest.
We'll be participating
So
in
that
that.
obviously is not what you're after right now.
Or ever. Once we're there.
Yeah.
All right. So training, real training, maybe. Is that feeling good about that?
You mean like starting it at the house?
Yeah, with Thora. Hey, did you do that on purpose earlier?
The lightning?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Well, I guess sort of on purpose. Ari said to do it, and then I did it. So
Sounds like the definition of on purpose.
I can follow directions. Is that good?
That's, well, I mean, I would not do everything Ari tells you to do, but yes, it's good. You've got to go left when he says right every now and then. It's good
Nope.
for him.
You would get lost.
If Ari's giving directions, you definitely need to do the opposite.
But if we're to stay together, then you don't do the opposite, because then you would be split apart.
The metaphor has run its course.
Oh, we were not talking. I didn't know we were speaking in metaphors. You
Right.
give directions when you go places?
Anyway, you're okay with Thor teaching you? Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I can teach you much more. I did as much as I could, and that it's not really my thing.
Teaching or fighting?
Oh, really either. I mean, I'm good in a fight with a group, but I'm not stepping into the Red Ring anytime soon. Well, not again. And neither is Pog. If I can help it.
You can't.
No, that was kind of terrifying. The person was very mean and very strong and made all of the dead things come back up. And I did not like that.
Oh, how much didn't you like that?
What's the scale?
0 to your friend can do it?
That's not a scale.
Yeah. So I kind of accidentally made one move while we were there. It made this screeching sound. It was awful.
You should train, but I'm not gonna die so that you can practice. So we should find other dead things. But you should Thora can teach you, maybe?
Right. Hold on, it's gotten very loud in here. I can't right hear you.
Nice. That was solid. That was good. Good role play.
It's not the big dog, it's definitely the kittens in the back making lots of noise right on cue.
Okay, move her to the other side of the table. That's a little better. So, yeah, no, I don't need you to die. I don't need any of y'all to die. I think I just need someone to have died, and me to have their body with me when that would be useful. I don't really know.
I think I'm getting more uncomfortable with this conversation.
Well,
the longer it
sure.
goes
Let's talk
on.
about we don't. It probably won't ever happen again.
That's not
That's
true.
also the feeling of the tables around you. They're all like,
What?
Anyway, the house is nice. It's like super nice. Like
Nope.
what?
Nope. You were talking about the one thing and then you switched to the different thing, but you were not done with the other thing. So
I think I am. I mean, I think maybe for all of us, it's important to try to keep in mind that our marks aren't done with us. They're not. They aren't just what they are now, and
but now you can do a bigger thing that can protect you even more. So
it's another thing, and certainly I don't want to do it on accident anymore. I don't know if it's very good for protection. It's just a bunch of bones.
yeah, but we also fought a large army of the dead and they were very effective.
That's true. That person brought a lot of them up at once. That would be more useful, but then you'd have to be somewhere where there were a lot of bodies.
Which is apparently the Red Ring.
Well, not anymore.
You think they moved?
I mean, they're still there.
One would think they'd learn their lesson and spread them out a bit, but who knows? Well, I'm going
How
to...
do you feel about raising dead. I guess you answered that. Okay.
It's interesting. The talking is more interesting. Like right now, I think I hear something laughing.
I heard that too, but I do not know.
Not sure
Proceed.
if that's dead or just the chattel around us.
Another table nearby.
But it's interesting to know that force can be controlled to some extent. I don't know if it's really them. It's kind of odd. I don't know if the people walking around and talking, if it's actually the people, or if it's just what's left.
That is a very big question.
Yeah, need to find someone to talk to about that.
I don't know the answers to your questions,
I don't know. There's no one to talk to.
and they're mostly questions I would not have thought of. That is,
Maybe I'll go talk to the giants. Might have some idea.
they're very wise.
Very kind. Very big.
They're giants.
They might be.
Nice.
You know who you can talk to, right? I don't know if you're intentionally being ridiculous about it.
I understand.
But
I can always talk to you, Shade. But I just don't know that you're going to help with this.
That wasn't the answer I was thinking, because that's not normally what people think of me as. But that's neat.
Well, I don't actually normally think of that either. It's just kind of something people say.
Okay, that feels better. Yeah, that sounds more right.
Oh.
Most of the time I think, oh, Shade probably doesn't want me to talk to her. Yeah, that's fine.
This is fine. We're talking now, and we're fine.
So, mansion.
The bust.
Oh,
That was the answer. You can talk to the bust.
have you tried talking to the bus?
No.
You cannot. Maybe.
The house is very nice, yes.
I think I'll take him up to the house tonight.
I think he would like that.
Yeah, he'll like that better.
I don't really know if he would like that or not. We just have your interpretation of him, but it's a lovely house. Do you think they'll let me live on the balcony?
He speaks like someone who used to live in a house like that. Yeah, sure. There's like 8. And a flat part on the roof. You could just go up there.
I thought about that.
I bet I could get a tree to grow up there eventually.
There's a giant stand of mangrove trees on the floating island where the house is also.
Oh, I mean on the roof.
Oh. That sounds structurally troubling.
Especially where did the roots go? Like where did the roots go, Ezri?
Once they get low enough, we do have an infinite basement.
They would have to go through the entire
Once
house.
they get through.
All
Once
of
they
it.
get through. I said
There's
once
a
they get
big
through.
We would
chimney
then be
goes all
just
the way
living in a
down.
tree again. We're trying to upgrade here.
If it ain't broke, you know? If it ain't broke.
That would absolutely be an upgraded tree house.
Just mansion. Giant mansion. We could
Shade
just-
loves the idea of the tree in the mansion. This makes perfect sense to her. Best of both worlds.
You know what's great about this conversation? Ari isn't here to make fun of our ideas.
Just the tables beside us.
Yeah, that's some guys like, wait, what?
A tree.
In a house? What do they think of next?
Will wonders never cease?
Running for fun? What? There's a movie reference.
Anyway, I'm going. I think I'm going to sleep there tonight. I'm just gonna go.
The treehouse or the
No,
house?
No, the island. Yes, the big house. I don't think we should be at the treehouse longer than we have to be. We should go.
Okay. Are we gonna finish eating?
Oh,
Are we like leaving now?
we can finish eating. Yes, I just spent tonight.
Okay. I'm with that. It's a very defensible position. You've got very limited options of how to get onto it.
Almost none.
Is being forgettable good or bad?
Well, that I think depends entirely on what you want people to remember or forget you for.
Oh, that's true.
I would very much have liked to to have heard that I was forgotten. But apparently not. I mean, they were just talking
I'm
about
sorry?
your. It was just talking. He. I don't know. It was talking about your parents, right? Like, you were found, right?
I was.
So
I assumed so. But he also spoke a lot of nonsense.
yeah.
Kind of like
I think if you don't have power, being forgettable is very good. Because then you're not noticed. And the power doesn't come for you.
I like not being noticed.
Well, then, Shade, I'm sure no one notices you.
Thank you.
Cal stretches on the floor.
Yeah. They notice Cal. Everyone notices Cal.
He's spectacular.
I have a meta question. Is there a cat sleeping on one of your desks very close to your microphone?
Yeah, is somebody snoring
there's
into
a
a
dog
microphone?
snoring between us.
Okay.
Yeah, that is.
That's totally fine.
I have been wondering if you guys can hear Cortana snoring in the background because
I was wondering
Maybe
for a
that's what
while
we're hearing.
because he was sitting very still whether or not Colin had fallen asleep on us because Colin in my camera was just
I'm
like
very
this.
here.
I just needed to know. Proceed.
You're not.
Sorry.
You're not really much on history and books, right?
Nope.
Okay, never mind.
That stuff sucks.
That was cheerful. The utter delight at disinterest.
I'm gonna meet you back at the treehouse. I've got a little bit of acquiring to do.
Okay.
Do you have money? You got this, right? Okay, thank you. On the way back to the treehouse, I wish to go acquire some. Was it essence of ether? I believe was what it was called.
Okay. I'm sure that you can. I will need to acquire a price for that.
Okay.
300 gold pieces.
Oh.
That's why I asked find
Wait,
me
really?
in line and not necessarily go buy some. Yeah, it's not cheap. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I want to find cheaper than that.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Or discover how to make it or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
sure.
I would say being an accomplished alchemist, of some degree. You know what Ari's after. You know that Ari is essentially after a sleep aid. And you know that Ari doesn't necessarily need industrial strength NyQuil as a sleep aid, because what Ari is looking for is essentially chloroform, is what Ari has asked you to find. And you probably have enough concern for Ari's health to not wish for him to drink chloroform as a sleep aid.
I feel like you're putting some pretty bold words in Ezri's mouth there.
But I would say that for 5 gold, you could acquire a substantial supply of various herbs that would allow you to concoct a more reasonable sleep aid for
I love
Ari.
the visual of somebody just getting chloroform in a rag and just into a bed.
Nap time.
Good night, everybody.
Wait, but who's going to take it off of your
Cal.
face so that you don't die?
Yeah, Cal.
right?
Cal will come over and just drag it off. Pull
You
it
just
on the floor.
attach it to a bungee.
Yeah, it's attached to the ceiling. So yeah, I can put it, and as I fall back,
Like
it's
an
just
airplane oxygen mask?
Yes, exactly.
Like everyone's parents had the tennis ball in the garage that
Yep,
you'd only
yep.
park so far.
Exactly.
That's hanging right above your bed, so you just fall straight down.
Got it all figured out, Philip. You
5 gold.
no,
can't stop.
Yep. Yeah, with that you can make a very effective but not likely to kill sleep aid. That should help Ari stay asleep through the night.
Not likely to kill.
Okay. Well, I'll deal with
What I
that.
look for in
next
my
time.
medications.
There's no
Unrelated.
FDA in Eberron, so
Anything you overdose, it's going to be a thing. But
Shade does pay for lunch and leaves a nice tip.
okay, you can subtract 3 silver from your amount, and that's probably quite an expensive lunch.
Excellent.
With a very good tip. Okay.
One more thing. You mentioned this. You mentioned that some of the books were destroyed or decayed.
Yeah.
Did it look like all the books were decayed? Like it was a
No, definitely not. There were definitely some intact books.
okay.
yeah. As Ari's walking, he is flipping through the Secrets of Zendrick journal just to get a vague skim of like what's in there while he's walking to the Wayfinders.
What you get from it is a sense of this is a collection of Grimalkin's recollections of his journeys into the jungle.
Okay.
So obviously there's no way to create an actual comprehensive guide to the continent because of its nature. But these are journals. These are his accounts based on the notes that he took while adventuring out to various finds on what he saw, what creatures he encountered, the habits of various inhabitants of the jungles,
Okay.
and on. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have currently Ari is headed to the Wayfinders. I'm guessing Pog is going towards Black Iron. Is that accurate, Pog? Oh, interesting. No, Pog's got others. All right, cool. Pog is heading somewhere. Esri is collecting some herbs and then going back to the treehouse to pack. What is Shade doing? Is Shade just going straight back to the treehouse?
Currently, yes.
Okay. And to pack for maybe. Okay. Pog, where are you headed?
Got the better of you. Gonna go and check in with the Bright Dooms and
Okay.
say hello and not reveal anything. Just, I haven't checked in since the big danger, which was some time ago.
Yeah.
So that's all. It's just going to reach out because we're
it's-
obviously going to be in touch with them as things
Yeah.
open.
It's the middle of the day, and we'll say you do find Mrs. Brightdoom at home, but Donabella is out playing with her friends.
On quests.
So she's out questing, yeah. But Mrs. Brightdew comes to the door. Pog, hello.
Hi, Mrs. B.
Come in. She
Oh, thank you.
steps back in, and she's cleaning, she's washing. How are you doing?
It's been a weird little while. We've had some adventures recently. Boy, some strange adventure. I fought in the games.
I saw.
you were there.
I was
you.
there.
I saw
the children wanted to come, and
it.
none of the other parents were available, so I brought them.
Okay.
Gladiatorial games are not really my thing, Pog.
No, it's fine. It's yeah.
The kids were very excited to see you fight, so I'm glad you did well. I'm glad you were safe.
I'm glad you guys were set. That was not supposed to happen. I don't think so. I don't think that's normal at Gladiator.
I didn't get the
Gladiatorial.
impression that was what was intended to happen. No.
Yeah. I just wanted to check in, see that you guys were all okay. Nothing bad or different or...
So far, nothing different. The same as it has been.
We're working to try to do something, and hopefully, if it works, then there will be a way for you and Donabella to be safer than you have been. Maybe. Or then you might be.
I think that's nice, but there's not really a lot in that statement for me to judge by.
I know, because now that I'm here, I'm worried that I'll get in trouble with my friends. We're maybe going to try to make a place where people with the marks can be safe and can learn to be safe with their marks, so that maybe people will eventually, probably not for me and the group, but maybe for when Donabella gets older, they'll look at people with marks different.
It would be nice if people could come to see past such things. I don't know whether I think that they can, but
You can.
I couldn't always.
But you can.
Yes.
So there's at least a maybe, and there's at least a some people.
That's true. That's a very nice way to look at the world. It's nice to be reminded that there is a Yes, that is true. There are some. It's good to remember that.
I just want, if it was going to maybe help anybody, then I first thought of you and Donabella, and I mean, if it can help, we wanted to be there to help. So maybe soon.
Thank you. I really do appreciate your concern for Donabella, and if whatever this is can help her to be safe and responsible, without unnecessarily exposing her to danger, I would be glad to hear about it.
Those are all good things that I should make sure we're trying to be.
All right.
I make sure. Yeah, I think we are, but just to make sure. Okay, I just wanted to say hi and tell you that we're working on a thing, and I just thought of you guys. So,
Pog,
ma'am.
when you know what this thing is, I'm the person you talk to about it, not her.
No. I know. Because I would have signed up for an adventure to be crazy on if I was her. Yes, ma'am. I didn't mean to explain. I know. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ari, is there substance to what you want to do with the Wayfinders?
Ari was going to go have a chat if he was in with Hallis, both about Orlando, Grimalkin, and whether or not any Wayfinders out in the jungle had maybe heard tale of a large group of people in the past 2 weeks trudging through the jungle towards the Obsidian City. So,
it's funny you mentioned that. You do arrive, and
is Carva there?
Carva is there.
Hi, Carva.
Hallis took an expedition out, right about 10 days ago, I'd say.
You wouldn't say.
I do.
Any, I suppose it's part of your all's code, business model, whatever that I wouldn't be able to find out who hired Hallis for such an expedition.
No, we operate on a strict code of confidentiality with that sort of thing.
Sorry, I'm having an internal struggle about whether or not Ari is willing to risk burning this bridge or not. Potentially burning the bridge.
Do it.
Ari pulls out the coin purse that he found in the Grimalkin Manor that had the 25 gold pieces and 18 silver pieces in it, and kind of weighs it and is like, now, last time I was here, I was able to pay a Wayfinder for consultation on information that I wanted to know on what was going on out in the jungle. And I'm curious as to how much a consultation fee for information about what's going on out in the jungle would be right now. And Ari just trying to be very nonchalantly and disarmingly persuasive.
Well, let's see. I'd have to consider that for a few moments here.
Oh.
would say for that manner of consultation, we'd be looking at, say, I'd think at least 25 gold.
How serendipitous. And Ari opens the coin purse and takes out 18 silver. And then just puts the coin purse on the desk in front of Carva.
She weighs it in her hand and then pulls out a book and flips it open and says, excuse me, I have to check something in the back room, and walks away from the front desk.
She took the coin purse?
Leaving the open book on the desk in front of you.
Of course. So Ari then flips it around and looks through it, trying to find,
You find essentially a line identifying where various wayfinders are. And for Martain, the destination line is empty.
Yep. Okay.
The patron line says the name Beynar.
Spell?
Beynar.
Okay. And that doesn't have any connection to the Stormhammers, so
Nope.
Ari is real bummed about that coin purse that just went in the back room. Okay. Quick cursory glance. Any mention of Mirren, Tommel, any other known associates of the Stormhammers in the hired by column? As Ari just quickly flips up in that same timeline.
Sure. No.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Flips it back around. And just kind of waits a few beats to see if Carver's going to come back out, and then, okay, I guess I'll go. And he leaves.
Okay. And that is where we will call this episode. Pick up next time and find out what we're going to make of this manor that we've finally managed to acquire. I said that like it took a really long time. I didn't mean it to come across that way. But that sounded more long-suffering than I meant it to.
In the audience's timeline, it's been like a month, so, you know.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
It's
In the
been
meantime,
42 episodes is what it's been.
Hey, this episode is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. Congratulations.
Thanks for all the fish.
Right. Thank you so much for watching, for talking with us, and the feedback that we get through the Discord and through comments and over on Twitter. It is really delightful to see people enjoying us being ridiculous here on camera. Like, it's just mind-blowing that anyone is interested. So, thanks. Thank you so much. If you want to get in touch with us some more, you can find all of our various social media down in the description below, including a link to our Discord, where you can, which is certainly the fastest way to get directly in touch with us. You can also submit questions over there for Khyber Shards Answers, our Q&A show that takes place every Friday, or that drops every Friday. We'll also take questions through the comments in these episodes. So if you have a question about recent events that you'd like answered in the next Khyber Shards Answers, feel free to drop that over in the comments. And while you're down there, give us a like, give us a subscribe, share this with your friends. And also while you're down there, check out the link to Colin's Twitch. Colin streams on Tuesdays, as well as whenever his busy life as a restaurateur allows him. Yes.
What happened to Puzzle Dust? Just
You left him at the mansion with Thora.
He's in a
just making
basement.
sure.
I'm sorry.
Next to a button we
Damn it.
shouldn't
Can
press.
we go back? Can we take it back? Because I really feel like the answer to that ought to be, I don't remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh well.
Cut it in
Ruined
post.
It's one of those. It's one of those things.
We'll make
Anyway.
it happen in the editing.
Yeah, there you go. In the meantime, this has been Khyber Shards. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks for rolling with us.